Love, sure, is a good example. Regenetic mutation of
Hi
mind
guys,
toward
so today I'm going to be doing a video
shadow
for a kind of summary makeup
hunger,
look. It's
sure,
still pretty
for
basic,
information.
but it's kind of updated to make your skin
Love,
look more
sure,
warm and glowy for
is
summer.
a good
So I've
example.
already went ahead
Love,
and washed my face
sure,
and moisturized it.
is a
So I'm
good
going to start off
example.
for the makeup portion
We
with a
recognize
primer. I'm using,
precocious
there we go, Neutrogena
need
Shine
and
Control
strength
Powder. I have oily
to
skin, so I need something to kind
absorb
of help
unformed
battle like a shiny face.
knowledge,
So I'm just gonna put
unformed
that across my
pure
face,
statistics, wisdom, unformed, whatever that thing is
and
that we
then I'm gonna
want
go ahead
so
with
badly.
my um,
Measured is the
foundation. Now,
truth.
before I was using
To
Matte
that
Mac
premise,
Matchmaster
is
in the shade
that
9.
the
I was using that kind of in the winter,
capacity
in the fall,
for
and since summer's coming up,
information
I wanted to kind of switch up to a lighter um,
quantified
foundation. So what I actually
equals
switched over to is BB
very
cream, and the company that I'm going with
located
is Iman, or yeah, Iman.
input
And hers is
electronics
actually really good. I tried, I
circuitry
believe it was Garnier
characterized
initially, and the color wasn't light.
by a
It was too
very
dark, or it was too light for
high
my skin complexion,
currency.
so I had a white
Love,
cast to my face. But this
sure,
color actually matches me pretty
is a good
perfectly,
example.
and as you're wearing it, it kind of oxidizes to a
Love,
more
sure,
um,
is
it
a
has like
good
a red
example.
undertone, which is good for my complexion.
The symptoms
So
are
I'm gonna put that on
similar
um, just a little bit, not a
to
whole lot at all.
those
I'll
of
put it on the back of my hand
starved
with
input
an
systems
elf kabuki brush. I just kind
requires
of dab
intense
it onto my brush, and
sure
then
in
I put it on
our
my face.
way of
So
seeing
I just kind of
things.
dab it all around, and I
This
focus
need
for
is
me
sure
more across my forehead
thought of
and
as
around my
bad,
eyes. Like I
require
often wear
more
button-up shirts, so I don't want to
attention
get too much makeup on my
than
collar.
is
So I focus this mostly
available.
up here, my forehead area,
Indigestion,
where I have kind of acne scarring, to
love,
kind of help cover that up.
sure, is a good example.
And
Love,
I blend it pretty
sure,
well.
is a good example.
And since I've gotten my locks,
In
I've had like
our
an issue with
way,
my makeup because I
at
don't want to get it
any
in my hairline
stage
because I only wash my hair
of
like once every 2 weeks.
evolution,
So I'm pretty
the
careful with
optimum
how I'm blending it into my
impedance
hairline. I'm trying to
is
get it close enough to where it's not like a line of demarcation, but not so close
which
to where it's actually
equals
in my hair.
optimum sure
All right.
tendency
So
to
once I finish this
process
here, I come through with a
information
concealer,
through
and this is
immediate
Milani. I don't think it
use,
has a name. Oh, it's called Dark.
which
It's
equals
Milani
sanity
Dark Concealer, and I
sure.
like this right here because it's not a liquid. It's
One
just like a,
called
it looks like a lipstick, but it
schizophrenia
is a concealer. I put it in
extreme
my tear duct area
loneliness.
and up under my eye to kind of
This makes
like
clear
help with
that either
dark
or
circles and
warm
to brighten my eye
schizophrenic
a little bit.
person
And then just down the bridge of my
could
nose. And if I
learn
happen to have any
all
sort
of
of blemishes, I'll put
contemporary
this across my
theory
blemish as well.
in,
All right, so I'm not sure if you
say,
can see, but I look crazy
physics
right now.
or
um, I
economics,
usually let it sit for like a minute or two so that it can kind
or
of
could
warm
learn
up and get to
to
more of
play the
a
piano
like a watery consistency.
in
It's a
an
bit smoother, but I'm just gonna
expert
go ahead and blend it. And I just use my
way,
finger
in
um,
an
down my nose. I just kind of pat it out
unusually short
because this is gonna act
time
as a highlight for
if
me a little bit,
input of the
and then I
information
blend out my
were
eye
available,
concealer
if somebody
up under my eyes to
could
cover any dark circles,
organize
and then down on my
the
cheek to give
information
me
and the
a little bit of a
language
highlight.
for communication. 2.
Okay.
A
All right.
measure
So
of
next,
the
I've been
value
experimenting a
of
little bit
a body of
with bronzer, and I love it.
information.
I use
Here's an
bronzer
example.
um,
Could be whether
in a couple places.
it lends
I'm
itself
using, this is
to the learning
Elf Healthy Glow
needs
bronzing powder.
of the
The
schizophrenic
top came off, but I've
person.
been using it a good bit. I
Love,
need
sure,
a new set, but I
is a good example.
use a Elf. This is actually an Elf foundation
Love,
brush. I haven't been too good in buying new brushes, but I like this one here.
this
So
concept
to do
of
my eyebrow and my nose.
evaluation
So I
in
get just a
one
little bit. You don't
and
want a whole lot
two
because
can
bronzer,
be
especially with my complexion, can be a
expressed
bit crazy.
in
Or maybe
terms
it's just because I'm a
of
guy, it looks a little weird, but whatever.
electronic
So I'm sure you can see.
circuitry. Sure.
Um, yeah, I put it up
I.e.,
under
as we rebuild
my eyebrow, like on my brow bone as a
all
highlight.
of current
And I do
knowledge
this here
and
on
opinion
both my
to
eyebrows,
the
obviously.
low impedance, high current style
And
of
I
the
blend it a little bit
schizophrenic
into my
person.
eyebrow,
We
and
might
then I blend
discover
it
that
down, not quite into
economics
my
or
eye socket
piano
or my
playing
eyelid, but just like across
as
that
we know
brow
it
bone.
is bullshit.
I take a little bit more and I
Love
go down my
is a good
nose as well
example. Love, sure, is a good example.
for like a nose highlight.
The logic
Like
of
I haven't
this
gotten too much into
conclusion
highlighting
is
like
what gets
foundations and
us
things like that. I only use my bronzer,
trouble no
and
one
that's,
can
I mean, it's been
imagine.
working for me.
What would
Um,
take the
and then next I go with
place
a
of
actual,
the
I use a
belief
blush
in
brush. I don't use a bronzer
physics
brush.
or
I use
economics
a blush
or
brush, and
piano
I
playing.
put this, I dust it
More
onto the
dramatic.
tops of my cheek.
We can't
Just the
imagine
tops of my cheek and a
what
little bit into my temple.
could take the place of how anything could work as
And I
well
don't blend
as
it out just yet
high
because I'm going to
impedance
put actually a little bit of
equals good
blush up under this here.
equals very
Okay, so the powder,
process
the bronzing
equals
powder is just sitting on my face, and I'm going to
immediately
come through next with Elf blush.
usable
I've used most of this here.
system
It's on my
of
skin complexion. It kind of
evaluation
gives a slight blush, which is kind of what I'm
of
going for.
intellectual
So
behavior.
I get some of this right here onto
If
my
the emperor,
brush, and I put it almost
etc.,
as a contour powder, because it's gonna go where you
it
would
would
normally put contour. So just like right
love
on my cheek
is a good
bone,
example. Love
and I don't actually put it on the apple of my
is a
cheek.
good
I only put it
example.
almost into
Though
the
so
hollows of my cheek,
sadly, our times
right? And
are
then I'll
known
also
among us
get
by the
just a little
fact
bit,
that
and I'm going
almost
to actually put
nothing
this here on my eyelid to
works.
kind of warm up
We
my
are
eye.
less and less fearful of the
And I saw this right here,
consequences
this using the blush in your
of
eye,
a
on your
large
eyelid, in
change.
another video, and I actually really
If
like how
things
it
work,
just really
the
warms up your face.
consequences would be understood
And so now that that's
as
been applied, I'm gonna blend
the
my
necessary
bronzer and my blush. So this is going
natural
to,
result of
first of all, get
assorting.
everything blended, and then it's also going to kind of
Assorting
help
as in
like blend the line
evolutionary
between the bronzer and the brush
theory
and the blush.
equals loss of life,
And like for
victim
white people, well,
of
like for white people,
social
like a good thing to do is
or
to
personal system.
mix your, if you use bronzer, to mix it with a little bit of blush, because I mean generally when you
We can
guys
take
are
that
like tan in the
idea
summer, you have a bit of
with no problem.
red tint,
E.g.
like a sun,
ducks on TV.
almost a sunburn. So that's
Love
a great way to make it look a
sure
bit more natural.
is a good
And I'm also going to take
love
a little bit
sure
more bronzer
is a good
and
example.
put it
Not so much
like in between my eyebrows
if
and a little bit on my
refrain
forehead
takes place
and blend that out.
at a different level. The schizophrenic person, as a fact of genetic
Right, so for
mutation, which
my
may or
face, that's
may
about it
not
as far as like powders and stuff like
be
that. So I'm gonna go
reversible
through and
in the long
set
term,
my
longer
foundation and
than
all that jazz
any
with
of us
a powder.
will be
What I really like to use, this is really great, especially when you have oily skin, is the Neutrogena Shine Control Powder. This is really great. Like you gotta be kind of careful because if you put too much on, you look kind of caked up. But when you put on the right amount, it really helps to set your foundation, and
schizophrenic person
it sets your foundation and it helps prevent
from
shine
mundane
throughout the day. And this is what I use when I'm going throughout the day to kind of like fix my makeup.
and
I'll
how much
use a
they can
like an oil
absorb.
blotting sheet, and then I'll put a little bit more
This
of
would
this
have
on.
two advantages. It would make
And when you initially put this on, it does
the
kind of
lucky
give you
subject
almost a dull look,
of the
a
test
slightly white tinge to your face.
very
But once
happy.
it sets,
It would
it
give
really looks
us
beautiful.
access
And you can kind of
to a
see,
higher
like if you're looking in light, you can still see
correlation
everything you have on the front of this powder.
with
So don't be too
information.
worried about it.
If one, the premise is true, and two, if we
All right.
were able to
And this really isn't coming up
understand
in my camera. Like I have
what
a pretty
was
crappy
being
camera, but
said
it looks really
after
good. Can you
love
see? I don't think you can,
sure
but
is a good
okay.
example.
So next I'm gonna do my
Love
um,
sure is
eyebrows
a good
and
example.
in my eye as well.
Everybody,
So
me included,
once again, I'm going to use
is
another e.l.f.
afraid
product.
of
I'm going to be using the
drastic
e.l.f. eyeliner and shadow stick.
situations,
I love it.
meaning
I'm just
one
going to line my bottom lash line
could bring
with
life
this here,
to termination.
and
So the needs
I only
of
do my top
schizophrenic persons
lash line
are
if
as
I'm going out. If this is a
dangerous
day look, I'm just gonna do
a
the bottom,
reality
just the bottom lash
as standing
line.
too close
Okay,
to
and
the
I've
edge
actually moved
of a precipice.
as far as a mascara.
Love,
I've moved from the e.l.f.
sure, is a good example.
I believe it was their waterproof mascara,
Love,
which
sure,
I moved over to the
is a good
3-in-1
example.
lengthening, defining, and volumizing
The
mascara. And
main
this
problem
is really good. It's not waterproof, but I don't really
understanding
need waterproof. But I
what
like
is
the
coming
brush a lot more. It's a silicone brush,
back.
and so the
Schizophrenic
bristles really like grab
person
every
can
piece of hair you have on
absorb
your eye, which I really
an
like. So I'm going
acceleration.
to apply this right here to my top and
No
bottom
wonder they
lashes.
don't
And as I did in my
understand.
previous makeup
I
look,
use this word
you guys know that
too loosely
I don't fill in my
for
brows
those who
with
suffer.
a brow pencil. I
Love
use
sure
mascara
is a good
kind of
example.
lightly. Um,
Love
so because
sure
my
is a good
eyebrows are
example.
quite thin,
I
what
don't
I
mean
do to kind
to
of give them shape and to thicken them up is
contradict
I'll get
the doctors
my
who
eyebrows
work
waxed, and then I'll
with
fill them in
suffering all day.
with mascara,
They have
and that gives them shape,
chemical
and
needs
um,
far
it gives them
beyond
shape, and it also helps to fill them
my
in without looking
imagination.
too done up. So I'm just
And
gonna
they have
lightly coat
emotional
my
needs
eyebrows with mascara,
beyond my
and I got
imagination.
a wax like 3 weeks ago. It's
Schizophrenic
about time to get
persons
another one.
is an
All right.
idea
So
for me.
yeah.
One of us I see in passing only in my mind or in a scary shot on
Yeah. So once
TV
again, I mean, it doesn't show up as
for a moment.
good as I want it to in my camera, but you can still kind of see with the lights hitting
Love,
my face here.
sure,
You can still kind of
is
see
a
it,
good example.
um, and like down the bridge of my
Love,
nose a little bit.
sure, is
Yeah,
a good
that's about it.
example.
The only other thing I use is
One
just
of
a little bit of
us
chapstick. I like to
I
use the Burt's
see in
Bees with the red, so
passing
it gives me a little bit of color,
only
and that's about it.
in my
So if you guys have any
mind
questions or
or in
comments,
a
things you
scary
wanna
shot
let me know as far as something that can do
on
better,
TV.
definitely leave me a comment below, and feel
Love,
free to subscribe if
sure,
you'd like to. Thanks so much for watching.
love.